Hi, friends. This is Caitlin. I'm so happy to be here with you with Pink and Main. As you can see, the star of the show tonight is right here, ready to go. I did see a bunch of people already here, so let me do a quick run through before we jump in. I saw Mom's here, Karen, Melissa, Miss Jody, Kelly, Lori. Let's see. Brennan's checking in. Lisa, Sherry, Virginia's here. Julie's checking in. Kim, Robin, Connie. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out. Um, hey, Denise, we are going to be playing with the new stamp of the month for August. This is called Field of Dreams. They're absolutely adorable. This little scarecrow's been scared by the crows, it seems. We've got this like little one like preening in the sun, and then this happy one here. I love that the crows all have scarves on. I think that's absolutely adorable. Our friendship is something to crow about. You're the sunflower in my field of dreams. With you, I never feel lonely. Absolutely adorable. Sorry, and then we do have the kite, the balloon, and then the sunflowers. So I think we're going sunflowers, and we're either going to do the smiley or like the sunshiny one. Um, I'm leaning smiley, but I really like this one too. So I have the dies. Mine are in a little bit of a different packaging situation than yours will be. Yours will come in packaging like this. And then I brought in some supporting help here. I have the Crosshatch Background Die for some fun burlappy texture. I grabbed the acorn and leaf pattern paper from the Hello Fall. And then I am out of my pebble and brownstone cardstock. So I'm going to put in an order for those when we're done. But I'm using Kraft. I have no idea what brand it is, Kraft Cardstock. So if you have Pebble, I would be using Pebble or Brownstone if I had it here, and I don't. We're just going to pretend, okay? Um, let's see. I see Miss Tamp checking in. Dawn's here. I see Judy. I see Angela checking in from Arizona. I heard it's like 120 in Arizona this week. Is that real life? That sounds absolutely crazy. I see Diana and Teresa checking in. Um, I think I'm caught up. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. Irma. Oh, I missed Irma. Irma's here. Denise. Raquel. Hey, Raquel. Okay. So I want to start coloring our scarecrow because I'm going to show you guys a fun technique that I want to try out. I'm not sure how it's going to work exactly for the scale of what I've got going on, but it should be cute. But it means we're going to have to give some time to dry in between. So let's do our stamping first. And we're going to try Olos today, and then we'll go back to Copics on um, Thursday. So let's grab some ice rink cardstock. I did a craft room tidy session this weekend, and I've just put up right before this. My daughter was helping me. We had put up, I have two like 3 cube bookshelves that are skinny, stacked one on top of each other. So now my goal is to have that whole thing be pink and main. And honestly, now that I'm like seeing it, I might have to still have like one extra shelf. I'm not sure I can really fit everything that I want to fit just on those 6 shelves, which is a little crazy, but you know, you know how it goes. All right, we're gonna stamp our scarecrow. two of these sunflower clusters. And then I think I want a little crow to be there, like looking up at him from the ground. So we'll see that. And then we'll just do our sunflower twice. Hi, Elizabeth. And Lori's checking in. And Connie. I think I saw Connie. We're getting to the point where there's so many people, it's hard to tell exactly who I've checked in with. Mhm. All right, we're going to come in with our Asphalt Ink. But yes, August's release is all fall and Halloween. It's not just Halloween, there is some Halloween. And next week, the way that the weeks line up, next week is sneak peek week already, which is crazy. So Thursday of this week, we are going to smush a little. We're going to use the new foil of the month and whatever else, ends up needing to go with that. And then next week, Tuesday, I'll do my regular sneak peek live. Donna will take her sneak peek Wednesday like usual. And then Thursday, we're going to do a pre-recorded but premiere video where it goes live at 8:30. I'll be able to be in the comments chatting with you guys. I just won't be able to stream live. So that'll be fun to test out how we like that. Oh, and Dad's here. Let's see, Brennan's reminding us there's a new challenge on Friday. So that's exciting. I have no idea what the theme is. I don't get to know all that cool stuff ahead of time. Well, now compared to that, compared to this, that one looks crazy. So I guess I'm going to stamp it an extra time. We're already here. Might as well make sure that it's good, right? Go. Okay. Just spray a little water on my microfiber towel. I just love these little scarecrows. They're so stinking cute. Hey, Jackie Ann. What will be different? Um, oh, Melissa. I think Melissa's talking about the premiere. It's just because I'm traveling. It won't be a regular thing, I promise. Hey, Kelly. All right, so we're going to start with our little scarecrow face here because the face and the body are going to be what we embellish a little bit. So you guys know I still don't have all these colors, all those memorized. Take my little hex chart and tuck it under there. I have some very neutral colors for my pattern paper. So we could really do anything in that like fun fall kind of family. I'm thinking to really like orange, like red. Oh, 4.6 and 4.3. That could be good. We're going for kind of a burlappy color. So we're going to bring that shadow heavy under that hat. There'd be a lot of shadow there. Down the sides of the face and the neck. And then under that shirt. Just at the bottom. I'm going to split this and we'll make that like a stick. And start pulling that color out. So that's a pretty big jump. You might have to find a third blendy, like medium shade for this. Don't want that. Let's see. Review. Oh, 4.6. Isn't really a good in-between shade. That seems silly. All right, then we're gonna make our dark now our medium, and we're gonna go even darker. When in doubt, add more contrast, right? So OR 3.8. Finding the colors is my only true complaint about these markers. And it's probably really my fault because I have them all connected like that. Oh, so let's just do this. And I'm going to try to be pretty sparing, use this sparingly. Is that the right way to say that? Because it's dark. Back in with our 4.6. And having that base of color underneath should help us smooth everything out a little better too. You can do a little tip to tip too. So I'm going to pick up a little of my darker color with my lighter marker. And that'll help get us a smoother blend. There we go. Mark. Make sure I put these on the right markers. And they just twist back together. Hey, Karen. Judy, they're very fun. The challenges are super fun. Okay, and then for this, my little secret ingredient here, I'm gonna take this scrap of like ribbed stretchy fabric that I took from a shirt that was all stained up and was gonna get thrown away. I keep meaning to grab one that's not just striped that has like more of an even texture in it, but I never remember until I'm doing this right now. And I'm gonna take some alcohol, this from Target, some 91% alcohol. And I am messy, we know this. So I'm going to pour a tiny bit. I'm moving my card away and I'm going to attempt to pour just a little bit over here on my workspace. Then I can kind of take my shirt and dip it because if I try to like hold it up and do it, I'm gonna soak it. Okay, then I'm gonna take the wet part of my shirt and lay that over my scarecrow and press that in, like stamping it. Okay, let's give it a second. And then I can take it up in just a little bit more. And I'm going to turn it the other way, right? I did um, vertical first. Then we're going to go in horizontal and give that a little stamp. Right, and you can see how that gives us that really cool, it bleeds a little. I'm fine with that. That's why I like to do this first. We'll let this dry, and then a little white gel pen will fix that, and then we can color in anything else around it um, that we need to. But I love that. I got this idea from Amy at Sweet November Stamps. She uses a scrap of denim a lot for like pairs of jeans and stuff to make it look denim-y. And I've tried this a couple times now with that like burlap texture, and it always comes out really cool. But we are going to want to make sure that this whole little 8 space gets to dry completely before we go back in with other colors. So we'll jump over to our sunflowers and then we'll come back to this guy. Hey, Jana. Okay, for our sunflowers, let's grab Ochre Gold. Little YO 2.5. Hey, Dawn. Thanks. Yeah, and the fun part is you can kind of like make your own collection of textures like as you. Oh, oh, that's a lot of ink. Okay, I don't think I've had that happen before. We'll be able to save that. I feel bad wasting this ink, like blotting it off on something though. That's strange. That was YO 2.5, then we're going to go with 2.4, or sorry, 2.3. So these are still going to read yellow against all of our other like neutral brown colors, but it's not a, like super lemony yellow. And then I think just to change it up a little, I want something that has a little more of a orangey base to it, like a 1.0, 1.2, or 1.2. It's not doing what I need to do. Um, maybe over E, and I'll just go one. And we need some brown for our center. I should probably do this all at the same time. Let's be real, I'm gonna forget what I put where. Hi from Iowa, Scrap Mania's checking in. Flip this around. How is everybody's week going so far? Are we all soaking up this last bit of summer? I feel like the beginning of the year took forever, and I feel like summer is flying by. Let's bring in some of the same browns we used. Same brown I used? I don't think so. I think I used a 4. Yeah, let's bring in some of those same browns, maybe. Hues. Oh, and our Scarecrow. So for these ones that are kind of sideways, I'm putting the shadow towards whatever the center of the arrangement is. And then for the one facing us straight on, I'm putting it all the way around the middle. Hey, Jackie Ann. And then for our green, I want something a little YG and a little darker. I'm going to add the darkest color right under the bloom and then on that center part of the leaf. And I'll blend that down. That was YG 8.7, then I'll go in with some YG 8.5. Trying to be very careful about how much pressure I'm using on this little brush tip. Staying in the lines. This should be pretty close to good, but we're gonna just be safe. So can some of it like bled out? That makes me sad. This is still like a little damp. Maybe I overdid it. Mm. And they definitely faded out a little bit. I think I had too much alcohol. What if I like put it on my thumb? Yeah, that put a little bit back. Maybe I should put it in a spray bottle. I feel like that's what I did before, and then I like sprayed the fabric a little bit. That might be the way to go. You can see that little tiny bit popped some of those lines. Go, those little white lines back into his face. But yes, Brennan, I agree. This set is so stinking cute. I absolutely love this set. I loved it when I first saw it, and when we see the new release, we don't find out right away what this like which one's the stamp of the month. And so I saw this set and fell in love. And then when I realized that it was a stamp of the month and we get to play with it right away, I was like extra excited. Shading in our little crow with some cool gray 9. Just coming with some 7. And then jump up to 5 so that its little face is light enough. You can see his little expression. I kind of want to bring in like a burgundy. I was torn burgundy or teal, but I'm thinking that like dark wine red kind of color would be really pretty if I can find it. You know, 1.7. We are 1.8. I need 1.7 for sure. Maybe those. There it is. I think for the bird scarf and the um, thanks, Lori. We try to, at least I try, it's Pink and Mean as far as I'm aware, is very supportive in general of the craft community and all the different companies. I I love anything that's good for a craft company, in my opinion, is really good for all of them. Right? The more companies that are succeeding, the more fun stuff we get to play with, and the more likely it is that we will find new card fans. And then our 1.5 is going to be our lightest. And that is all going to cover up any of that bleeding that we had happen. So cute. Oh, I forgot to finish out his. His little dicky. You can have some of that brighter orange from our sunflowers, that 1.3. I guess it would be easiest to, I mostly just didn't want the fabric pattern, but these are the same browns. We can bring in our same greens from our sunflower for our little grass down here at the bottom. I guess his hat can match his shirt. I'm going to bring in the same yellow that we had on our sunflower for the hair and let that extra brown kind of be our shading on that. We can even bring in a little touch of that 4.6 in here a little bit. But like straw hair really doesn't need to be like blended, you know? Let's see for his little hands. Those would be straw. Yeah, I think I want red one other place, right? It's nice to see things in threes. So since the pattern paper of my card and is all neutral and browns, I think having a little pop of that red up here would be nice. I'm gonna leave a little bit of a um, rounded like highlight there, a little lighter right on the edge. Definitely don't have to do that. It wouldn't really be shiny, but I just really love the way that that looks for like top hats. I like this style of hat. This poor hat all tattered out there in the wind and the elements. You can see how like using those darker colors just kind of lets that little bit of bleeding from our brown markers kind of work as shadows for us, just as shading under there. I guess we get the brighter yellow. We'll bring in that what was our lightest shade, and then we can even go like one brighter. Just want like a little pop of like yellow. See it's like out there in the sun. Very cute. And it's white gel pen on his little eyes, his little eye highlights. And then, like I said, we're going to be able to cover up this little bleed out spot right there. The trick is you just have to make sure you let that extra alcohol dry. Otherwise, it's just going to tint your gel pen. And our crow can have a little highlight. He can have a little stripy scarf too. That's kind of cute. But I don't think I want anything like overly highlighted. I don't want to add like shine marks to everything for this one. All right, there's our little buddy. Okay. And let's see, we're going to cut my Kraft cardstock. It should be 5.5 by, and yeah, 4. We're just gonna have a little mat of that natural. 4 by 5.25 should give us that nice little thin mat. Then we're going to take our other half of our craft and our background Crosshatch. Okay. Oh, and I'm gonna stand up. Oh goodness, I was sitting on my leg. That was a bad idea. Was a bad decision. Run this through Big Shot. She's a little intricate, so let's just in case. Oh, I also upgraded my trash can for my craft desk. Look at this very nice little spinny top trash can. Oh, oh my. I used to have a little trash can that looked like a trash can, like an outside garbage can, trash can. But every multiple times a day I had to empty it. So now I have a big trash can. This die is the Crosshatch Background Die. It came out a couple years ago, but I just think that it's like perfect for this kind of like fall card. There's also a Crosshatch foilable set that has this pattern in toner, so you can foil that design as well. If you needed confetti for anything, that would also work really great for that. Scrappa Latte, I just love your accounting. I guess we should cut these up too. And then the last thing I'm going to have to do is figure out our um, the how we're going to do the sentiment, like what I'm cutting that out of, because our sentiments in this set do not have coordinator dies. So I'm going to have to find a little banner. Okay. That line back there, looking at our feet, driving me crazy. Run that through. There's just something about seeing the images like die cut. What is it that just makes them so much cuter cut out? Let's get a second sunflower cluster. And I love that the sunflowers that it cuts around the stems. That's so fun. These would also be very cute with like a large hello die, like word die. So cute. Even we have that like hello sunshine. I might have to do that either here or on my somewhere. We have that Hello Sunshine stacked word die, and I think that with this little guy with like his face either into the breeze or into the sun would be so okay. Oh, and by the way, I found all of my refills. They were directly next to my head on this shelf. That whole time that I was like, oh, I've lost them, and then I found them, and then I lost them again. They were, if I turned my head to the right, they were directly in my face. So that's cool. That there. And we'll add our little burlappy. I was thinking of going horizontal. So we can kind of like make our own little field. That. That's what I'm thinking. And then a sentiment at the bottom. I think you're the sunflower in my field of dreams. Lovely. Maybe we just cut it. Maybe we just cut and make our own on. Hold up and kill the rest of it. Do I have another scrap of crafting? Have a scrap of. Oh, it just wasn't big enough. What's down here? A bin of scraps that I never use. Anybody else like that? Anybody else have a whole bin of scraps? That should work. I have them in my little pink and Maine envelopes. Trying to have them kind of sorted by color sometimes. Okay, let's speak about our sentiment. I'm definitely going to have to go back and read through the comments on this one. Like you guys are covering all kinds of stuff. Oh, that was pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay. There. Let's just give this a little trim. Let's see how far. So it looks closer. I'm gonna line up the like the first letter here with this line, and then the last letter here, that S. Okay, or I'll just tear it. You know what? Be that way. I can do that too. You can tear it and I can tear it. Now what? There you go. Now it's distressed. I'm going to go with a little Tombow Mono eraser. And why not just distress the whole thing? Right? It matches his little tattered hat now. We don't do a lot of distressing around here. But when life hands you lemons, you make lemonade. And when life hands you torn cardstock, I vote tear it even more. That's a thing, right? But now I also kind of trying to hold in that sneeze. Nothing seems more fitting than adding just a touch of frayed burlap distressing to the edges of this now. There we go. All right, now let's fully assemble. Oh, my adhesive. Okay. Oh, she's lengthy, but she's here. I'm going to run over this whole thing with some dot adhesive so that I don't have to liquid glue. Go. And I think because there is still a lot going on back here, we're going to pop up everybody with foam. Nice. Let's get these guys situated first. Okay, I really like this lined up at the bottom edge of that burlap die, right? Kind of right on there. And then he can go, so his grass is like just kind of peeking out. And I'm not going to put him center, I'm going to put him just to the left because then our little crow is going to be on the right. I want our sunflowers to go under. And I kind of want those hidden, the stems hidden under that sentiment. Like that. And then our little crow. And I think he can kind of almost be like sat on our sentiment. Move his phone up to his head. So maybe he just needs some regular. There we go. You are the sunflower in my field of dreams. So cute. I kind of also feel like this could use like a little twine. Oh, it might be too much, which means it probably is. If I start to question if it's too much, that probably means that it is too much. But just as an experiment, just for science. You see what I mean? Like behind him. I think that's cute. I'm gonna go for it. It probably is too much, but I can live with that. I'm gonna get 3 wrap on a twine. Yeah, I like that. Oh, it's so fun. I just think like at that point we already have so many layers going on. It's like, what's one more? You know what I mean? He's so stinking cute though. I absolutely love this stamp set. This is the Stamp and Die of the month for August from Pink and Maine. Let me flip back out in case anybody missed it. It looks like this. So we've got 3 sweet, sweet little scarecrows, some wind, a kite, a balloon. We've got some sunflowers, 3 little crows, and then 3 adorable sentiments. And yeah, I just think this one's really fun, good for fall, perfect for that end of summer transition, I feel like, right? It doesn't have to just be super fall. You could also make it more Halloween. I have lots of ideas of how you can make it more Halloween specific, just by changing up the colors and going with like a black hat and like purple and green and orange, right? Instead of the like fall autumnal colors. Um, so yeah, I just think this is a really good fall stamp set that you can use well. Like it's versatile. It's going to give you options. You're not just like stuck to one occasion for this one. Because I think you could switch this out and even make it like a Thanksgiving theme if you wanted to. So, sorry, I'm just also popping my dies into the back of the packaging while I'm talking. But yeah, that is tonight's live. I hope that you enjoyed this one. Like I said, I will be back on Thursday with the foil of the month, which is beautiful. And hopefully by then, all of my pink and mean stuff will be organized and I'll know exactly where everything is. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions or anything I need to know, you can always leave that for me in the comments. And yeah, Karen said add pumpkins. Exactly. Yeah, I hope you guys have a great day tomorrow. I'll see you back here on Thursday. And until next time, happy crafting, guys. Have a good night.